It was fucking mandatory to start the day off with a Gorilla Mind Hattie's iced tea. We're feeling fucking good. I got 6 hours of sleep, I believe. Not too shabby, honestly. I mean, it's definitely not the balance that I was hoping for, but I think we should be sustainable enough for the near future. So I'm outside of the gym and I'm about to get a fucking sick back and shoulders day. If I do stretch, I'm gonna put that in. My only dilemma right now is I really don't want to stretch, but I put in my to-do list that I would. So I'm definitely going to stretch. And I don't know if I want to do it before or after, but my way of forcing myself to stretch is that I'm going to show you guys my stretching routine, because I've done my stretching routine one time, and it was the first episode of 16 Weeks Dialed, and one, my routine has gotten better, and also that entire video was overexposed, so it kind of looked like shit. So I'm going to take you guys through the stretching routine. This time it won't be overexposed. Little stretch, and then back and shoulders. That's gonna fucking get me right for the day. That's gonna get the endorphins flowing. And I know I'm gonna have a good workout after that rest day yesterday. It was much needed, and it got me feeling fucking good, even though I still didn't get enough sleep, but whatever, it's all right. Let's fucking get in the gym.
All right, guys, so I'm voiceovering this because obviously the audio would have been fucked. But for the first thing, it's kind of like a lunge. You go down, but you want to keep your back leg as straight as possible, and then you kind of want to lean over. I like to kind of bend my back, arch into it, lean, and really try to feel it in your hip, and keep your front heel down. And then you go back, sit on your toe, try to keep your front leg straight, and really try to get deep into that. It's a hamstring stretch. After that, you want to kind of put your hip and leg at like a 90-degree angle. That's good for the outside of your hip. This shit is fucking usually tight as fuck for me, so this one's very important. And then, alright, then you just do the other side, same thing. You can kind of see it better. You can see it's a lot on the quad, the calf, and the hip, and then you kind of lean over. I know my back leg isn't straight, but you try to keep it as straight as possible. And then same thing, go back, sit on your toes, lean forward, try to almost kiss your knee while keeping your leg as straight as possible. And then same thing, leg at a 90-degree angle. It's almost like a high five, but with your foot in your hand to stabilize, and then you try to get into that stretch for your hip. And then I kind of lean over to the opposite side and try to go forward and down and relax as much as I can. And then just basic, touch your toes, try to keep your legs straight, but obviously not locked out, not too straight. And then try to straighten your back, go as low as you can. And then you can just kind of relax, hang down into it. You can bend your arms and fold them like that. And then after this is a posture corrective exercise. You have your arms straight out and you go back and forth, but alternating opposite on each side. It's good for correcting your posture and good to get blood into the shoulders. And then this one, to unlock the shoulders, you have your fingers facing back and you kind of move your hips down to kind of stretch the shoulders out. My shoulders are super tight, so you guys can see I can't really go that far, but you just kind of relax right there into it, let them unlock. This shit fucking low-key hurts a lot. And then when you come out of it, as I'm about to, you do it super slow, really gentle. And then also, I was just kind of saying right here, you want to not sit on the tops of your feet, sit on your toes when you're doing these stretches. But now for the wrists, you just kind of put your weight on your wrists. You can move them around, do whatever feels good. This is just to get some blood flow, loosen them up. I like to hit all the muscles that are usually neglected when I'm stretching. And then basic straddle, just obviously try to get your legs wide, lean down into it. What I like to do also is keep my toes up, as I was trying to show you guys, kind of be on the balls on my heels, and then just kind of lean forward, relax into it. And then in a little bit, I'm gonna kind of sit back into it after you get a nice stretch, and then you can also like kind of try to push yourself a little wider. But yeah, so trying to go a little wider and then sitting back into the straddle. And then once you're there, you can relax, try to lean forward a little bit. And then After you try to get a good stretch leaning forward, you can try to put your elbows down too. A good tip is trying to relax your neck, because usually it's hard to subconsciously relax. And then you hook one toe, your big toe, and you keep your elbow on the inside of your leg and reach around like a rainbow. Same thing on the other side, hook the big toe, keep your elbow on the inside of your knee, and then relax back down into it. You can also hook both toes and kind of pull yourself forward and down. And then once you get a little more flexible, you can kind of relax into it. My jiu-jitsu coach, he can fucking put his head down and lay down basically like that. And then last stretch, basic butterfly. I mainly focus on kind of hip mobility. Oh, that wasn't the last one. This is the last one, but kind of same thing. You put one leg straight and then bend the other leg 90 degrees and put it over. And then I look the opposite way. So my arm that's out, I'm looking that way, which is the opposite way my leg is going. That's to stretch the hips, the lower back, and unlock all that. But like I was saying, and then same thing on the other side. But I like to do mainly hip and lower body focused stretching. My upper body is relatively loose besides my shoulders, which I also stretch every day. But my hips and my lower back are where I'm bottlenecked in terms of flexibility. But that's the stretching routine.
All right, fellas, we're back from the gym. I actually had a really good lift, but I am actually on the fasted bullshit today, unlike yesterday. So I definitely need to get some food in the system. So I'm just overlooking my to-do list for the day, seeing what else I got, because I'm definitely trying to focus on some time management skills, but I need to figure out what to eat. So that is priority one. Let's get on that ASAP. And I also need to fucking clean this lens. These are the same swabs I use to sterilize for my pins, but it should work, I think, for the lens. Let's find out. Oh yeah, that bitch is clean. Clean as fuck. Let me know in the comments if it looks better than it did about 10 seconds ago. Let's go. Also, at the gym today and the last few days, it's definitely from the jiu-jitsu, but my bicep just right here on both arms just feels like it's about to fucking tear off the bone. So it's probably not good that I keep benching heavy, but I don't know. I should probably try to figure out some stretches. But if you guys know what the fuck is up with that, if you've ever experienced it, let me know in the comments what happened and how you fixed it. That would be much appreciated. All right, guys, it's now 6:40 p.m. Still fasted, but we got everything figured out. And honestly, it was fucking inevitable. Look what I got. Yeah, fresh batch beef and pasta in all its glory. I'm gonna fucking grub this shit down. I'm gonna have some Diet Coke, 0 caffeine, because this shit is banging. And then I already know what I'm gonna talk about for the video, so we're gonna get right into that after I'm done eating. So what I wanted to talk about today was useful delusions. Now, I actually did not come up with this concept to myself. The inspiration for this idea came from HPU coaching, from the Mindset King podcast, which is on Spotify. I highly recommend it. Very good stuff. Shout out to Josh Saunders and HPU coaching. I'll put the Instagram right there. You guys should go follow him. The concept itself is useful delusions. So a delusion is obviously something that is not true, but in your worldview, you believe a lot of delusions. You believe a lot of things that are not true. Everybody does. It's just an inherent part of life. What I want to talk about is using those to your advantage. So for me personally, a useful delusion I have is that if I do my morning routine, I'm going to have a fucking good day. So when I wake up in the morning and I do my cold shower, I read my chapters of the Bible, and I write down my 5 things I'm grateful for. That's pretty much my morning routine. Then it gets me in a good headspace for the rest of the day, and it increases my productivity for the rest of the day. And no, scientifically, it might not actually do that, but just because in my head I believe that, it's part of my worldview, it's a delusion that I have, but it's useful to me. It's a useful delusion. And I mean, people are filled with useful delusions. For example, if you eat a high-carb meal before you go train heavy, you're probably going to lift heavier. Is that really because the high-carb meal? Maybe, maybe not. Is it because the placebo effect in your mind? Probably. And there's countless other examples, and there's also negative versions as well. I would say a common negative delusion would be when it rains and people use that as an excuse to not really do anything that day. Oh, it's raining, the sun's not out, all that shit. And yes, useful delusions are very helpful, but negative delusions can be quite deceiving, such as that one. And what I would say to that is, if you're going to let external factors such as the weather determine your productivity for the day or determine what choices you make, you got to reevaluate your worldview. When it comes to delusions, don't try to disregard all of them. Don't try to live in a world of fact. Remember that you can use delusions to help you, and you can make them useful.
I'm letting go of the bullshit.